My name is Nina. I live with my husband Ryan and our daughter Lily. Ryan and I have been married for 8 years. We had a good life, a cozy house, a cheerful garden, and the joys of parenthood. Ryan is hardworking and a loving father, always making sure our family has everything we need. A few months ago, we hired Ethan, a young man looking for work in our town. Ethan helped with household chores and tended to the garden. He even played with Lily, who adored him. At first, I didn't pay much attention to Ethan. He was just an extra set of hands, and I appreciated his quiet demeanor. One evening I came home late from work. Ryan was still at the office, and Lily had gone to bed. Ethan was in the living room, reading a book. I decided to sit down and chat with him for the first time. He shared his story, how he moved here from another state, far from his family, in search of opportunities. As weeks passed, our conversations grew longer. Ryan went on a business trip for several days, and during that time, Ethan and I spent more evenings talking after Lily went to bed. His humor and kindness made me feel understood in a way I hadn't felt in a long time. Then one night, in a moment I can't fully explain, I kissed him. It was brief, but the weight of that mistake hit me immediately. I felt guilt like I never had before. I loved Ryan, yet I had crossed a line. I promised myself it wouldn't happen again, but a few nights later, it did. This time, it wasn't a fleeting mistake, it felt deliberate. Ryan returned from his trip, and life seemed to go back to normal. But inside, I was a mess. I couldn't stop thinking about what I had done. The guilt consumed me. Ethan continued working for us, and while everything appeared fine on the surface, there were stolen glances and unspoken tension between us. Then one evening, as I was scrolling through Ryan's phone to find a photo, I came across messages from someone named Clara. My heart sank. The texts made it clear Ryan was hiding something too. At first I was angry. How could he betray me? But then I realized I had done the same thing. We were both living lies. Our marriage, built on trust, was now fragile. I knew I couldn't carry the burden of my secret anymore. One night, after Ethan had left and Lily was asleep, I told Ryan the truth. My voice trembled as I confessed about Ethan. To my surprise, Ryan responded with a confession of his relationship with Clara had started months ago, but had ended before I found out. For a while, neither of us knew what to say. We had both hurt each other deeply, yet amidst the pain, we realized something important. We still loved each other. We decided to seek help. Counseling wasn't easy. It forced us to confront our flaws, our loneliness, and the reasons we had turned to other people instead of each other. But through those difficult conversations, we began to understand each other better. Ethan no longer works for us. It was the right decision, though it left the house feeling quieter. Slowly, Ryan and I started to rebuild what we had lost. We spent more time as a family, focusing on Lily and on each other. Months later, Ryan surprised me with a trip to a quaint cabin in the mountains. It was just the two of us. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, he pulled out a small box. Inside was a new wedding ring. "I want us to start fresh," he said. Tears filled my eyes as I realized the depth of his love and forgiveness. Today, our marriage isn't perfect, but it's stronger. We've learned that love requires honesty, patience, and effort. There are no more secrets between us, and we work every day to keep it that way. Life will always have its challenges, but if you face them together, you can overcome anything. We're proof of that. Rewrite Feel.